Okay, so while we are waiting on the update for the new Dead by Daylight chapter, I'm gonna tell you guys the story of why I'm leaving my job. Because the thing is, I know what a lot of people are thinking, right? I know what a lot of people are thinking. A lot of people are like, whoa, well, Kaiser, you know, Joe, listen, bro, you were really excited about this job. You were really happy. You even made updates that you were happy. And I was. And I really, really was. I was having a damn good time, right? I was having a damn good time at my job. Basically what it was on Mondays, we would meet at the office and we would pull leads for different cities around the state. And you would look at those leads and you would qualify them. So if a business has at least 5 employees that works 28 hours a week, we would be able to go in and offer these guys benefits. Now, I'm not going to say the name of the company. Some people might already know it. If you've worked for it before, they might be familiar with it. But basically, what we would do is we would go to businesses, try to talk to the business owner, and we would offer them the opportunity to get a tax savings by offering their employees benefits at no cost to the business. And our benefits were very cheap. We had something like a 97% payout rate, which means the only way you would not get paid out on a claim is if you were either fraudulent or you didn't follow the rules. We had very lax underwriting, so like it was super easy to qualify for what we had. So there was just like, basically the way I looked at it was ethical sales. But it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Sometimes I would be driving to cities that were like 4 or 5 hours away, and I would have to talk to like 20 businesses in a day, and then I'd have to drive 4 or 5 hours back home. And so I was putting in probably around 70-ish hours a week, right? But I didn't mind. I didn't mind because I was helping people. I was offering budget-friendly stuff. I was literally on the cusp, the edge of doing something that I thought was great. And I was making good money, right? I was making damn good money. In the 7 weeks that I've been here, I've made like, I think close to like 7K. Like, doing pretty fucking good, right? So about 3 weeks back, I was sitting in my boss's office, doing my Monday prep. And so there was a supervising agent, then there's a managing agent, and then there's the agency director. The managing agent came in and was basically trying to get AP, which is annual premium, from my supervising agent so that the managing agent can hit his bonus. Now, the managing agent is on what they call the big check board. The big check board is anybody who makes over $2,000 in a week. And that managing agent was on the big check board for $3 to $5 grand every single week since I started and before. So I called him out on it. I was like, bro, aren't you on the big check board every week? You can't go 1 week without making $3 to $5 grand, like, you know. And the managing agent just kind of brushed me off. Well, yesterday, so that was Monday, yesterday, I was sitting there, and the managing agent came in and tried to take some of the AP that I wrote in order to get his bonus. Well, my supervising agent wouldn't let him. And basically, in order to protect the team that I was on, the supervising agent had all of us like lock in our applications and upload our annual premium. And the managing agent got pissed and went to the agency director, and then they got in a big fight and my supervising agent quit. And I found out from my supervising agent after he quit that the managing agent has been trying to take AP from all of us for literal weeks. Like, literal weeks. And not only is he allowed to do that, managing agents are sometimes encouraged to do that if they don't reach their goals. So what that basically means is they're getting paid off of all the work that I put in, and on top of that, if they're not making enough money, they're allowed to take additional stuff from me to pay themselves. And you have to earn the right to keep all of the AP that you write, which is something that we were never told. So I told them I'm taking 2 days off to decide. I'm leaving this job. I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to keep working it while I look for another job, because it may not be worth it. Because the only thing that was keeping me making good money was my supervisor, and he left. He quit, or he got fired. You can't get fired because it's a 1099 job, but he left the company. So now there's no barrier between me and the managing agent, who's going to be trying to take money from all of his lower agents so he could get his bonus and keep making this office look good. And I'm just not down for that. I'm not going to work for someone who doesn't respect the work I put in, and especially I'm not going to work for someone who's not going to put in the legwork themselves. So while I'm looking for another job, you guys are going to get Content Creator Kaiser back. And this time I'm not going to look for a job that's going to have me working 70 hours a week. I'm not. I'm going to look for a normal 40-hour-a-week job, 35 to 40 hours, so I can have time to work on content and still be making enough money to sustain myself and bills. I'm not doing this again. I'm actually looking at a few car salesman positions, stuff like that. I'm looking at a few, I'm looking at some clerical jobs, basically. Just some kind of like normal stuff. So yeah, and hopefully not working under a leech. Exactly, Dak. Exactly. But yeah, that's the story of why I'm leaving my job that I was really excited for, because I found out that I was working for snakes in the grass, and all the fucking multiple tens of hours of work that I was putting in. I say tens of hours, that makes it sound low. The 60 to 70 hours of work I was putting in every week basically doesn't matter. Hang on, chat. Mama Kaiser's calling me. So, what you just watched was something that I recorded on stream. And I know that for some people, one of the immediate questions is going to be, what happens with content now? Am I coming back? Is it going to be as frequent? Am I still going to do Dead by Daylight? Etc., etc. And the truth is, it's all piss in the wind right now. I have a couple of interviews lined up for a different job. I'm not going to stop looking for a different job. I will never, ever again have my finances tied to content creation unless I am absolutely out of options. That is the one promise that I can make to myself, and I can tell you guys, because having your finances tied to content creation is fucking miserable. Probably one of the most miserable things ever. I would not recommend anybody tie their finances to content creation. Also, I just like having the free time to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So, with a normal job, because this last one was 1099, I could do whatever I want whenever I wanted. And it turns out that I dedicated way too much time for a job for people who don't respect me. And that's, you know, it is what it is. You learn hard lessons here and there. But when I find another job, I'll see what my time constraints look like. And if I have enough time, just like when I was at H&R Block, then I'll make videos again. And I'll make regular videos again. Now, until I start a new job, I'll go back to making regular videos and regular content, because I'll have the time to do it. But there's always going to be this understanding between me and you guys that I have a life that I want to live. I have Friday Night Magic I want to go play. I have Thursday night One Piece that I want to go play now. I have video games that I want to do, audiobooks that I want to finish. So regardless of how much free time, like if I'm working a job and I only got to work 30 hours a week and that 30 hours a week pays for my bills and my hobbies, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to take the additional 10 hours that I would have been working at a full-time job and start using it to make content. That's not necessarily the case, but I will say that if I have the time, I'll do it. The problem with the last few months was I didn't have the time. And realistically speaking, I didn't even have the time to do what I wanted to do most of the time. Like, I could do some things, like I could still go play Friday Night Magic, I could still go play D&D on Sundays, but a lot of my weekends were even taken up by work, because in order to be successful in the field that I was in, you had to dedicate a lot of time to work. You had to dedicate a lot of time to pulling leads, researching businesses, talking to the businesses, things like that. Sometimes you had to take an off day and go drive 2 hours to make an appointment because that's the only day that the business owner would see you. And so the time constraints were just absolutely atrocious. Like, I was lucky I had the free time that I did. Most of my days were waking up ass early in the morning. I'm not talking like 6 o'clock. I'm talking like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, driving out to wherever I needed to fucking go, spending all day over there, driving all the way back home, and then crashing the moment I walked in the door. So I didn't even have time to really enjoy myself at that job. And so it all comes down to time. My hesitation to do content creation is not about whether or not I want to do it, because I do enjoy doing it. I do enjoy doing content. I may enjoy spouting my opinions. I enjoy reading other people's opinions. I enjoy making people laugh, making them cry with like stories and stuff. I'm not just walking up to people just punching them in the face like, cry bitch, yeah, oh, makes me hard. No, I enjoy telling stories. I enjoy doing all of these things. So it's never been about the enjoyment. It's always been about the practicality, right? Can I make content and still live my life, still have my bills paid, still feel like I'm not tied to it? If that answer is yes, then I will make content. If the answer is no, then I will not make content. So you guys now know the story, because I know there's going to be questions about it. You know the story about why I'm leaving. You know what's happening with content. If you have any other questions, ask them below. I don't mind making another video. And also, until the 18th of this month, you guys will probably be getting quite a few days where you get 2 videos a day. You'll get the backlog videos that I've already prepared, and then you'll get one like closer to the mid-morning, afternoon, for like this kind of stuff like current stuff that I'm doing. So cowabunga, whatever it is. Thank you to my channel members. The fact that I can, it's always bizarre to me how I can leave for like a couple of months and there's still like over half a dozen of you. Not half a dozen. There's still like 16 people who are still channel members. Like, it's wild to me that I can just disappear for a bit and there's still, what, Baxter? What? So it's kind of wild to me how I can disappear for a little bit and there are still people who want to hear what I have to say, who are ready to pay for videos when they are going to be scheduled ahead and things like that. So I still really appreciate you guys. I still really appreciate all of that. Baxter appreciates you too. He just won't say it because he's an asshole. Tell them how much of an asshole you are. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you for listening. And I look forward to coming up with new stuff, because I don't want to just do DBD all over again. I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do it. And that's what's important. Yeah, anyway, love you guys. Bye.